knew that coach was retiring. She told us during preseason, so we knew all season that was going to be her last season. And I think that set a tone of we really wanted to do well for her. It just never ended up working out. There's just a lot of things that weren't working. A lot has changed in volleyball, and Coach is a legend. She really is. But I think there was just some disconnect in things that have changed and we just hadn't yet. Along with that, just like we just didn't know why we would do certain things or whatnot. It was just a whole lot of different things. I think there was an unspoken pressure, and I just don't know if like everyone responded to it correctly. I think it was a hump that we had to get over, and I think we're getting over that hump.
Every team has their struggles, but very loyal group, and this Oxford and the campus itself has been amazing, a great place to work, and I'm grateful.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm excited to be here. This was quite the process the last week and a half, but I can start off by saying it was a great process.
Within 2 months, he's come in and already changed our program for the better. He's made it very clear that he's here for us, and he wants to win, and he wants to meet our needs, and he wants to show us that we can win, and that we're good players, that we just need to clean up a couple parts of our game, and our seasons are going to take a flip. And so I think that every girl is feeling more passionate.
I really like how Dan says, be a pro. I think that, we're all in college. Good. I think we have to, take a step higher because, we are at the next level, and, D1 is the biggest level. And so, I think being a professional leads into being a professional in life, and I think it just is preparing us a lot for the future.
Everything had intent to it, and I'm telling you, if you can pass the ball to the net and serve the ball in, and you can manage your hitting errors, you will beat more teams than you ever thought possible. But go look at the top of the conference and count how many errors.
I think the biggest difference is just his style of coaching.
He's pretty mellow. He doesn't really have highs and lows. He just kind of stays consistent, and I think that that's really good for us.
I feel like I can just play instead of having to focus on so many things at once. He's a little bit more general, and he definitely has some specific things that he wants, but other than that, he just kind of lets us play and figure it out for ourselves.
So just be mindful of that. Have mental checks with yourself as far as that was a good pass, but I'm trying to put it too close to the net. I gotta allow myself to miss.
So support system, within the team, we have a lot of awesome resources. Our coaches, they were always let us know if you've had a long day, if you've had a tough day. And now with our new coach as well, he's very about making sure you're good too. And he understands all the mental health and everything with social media now these days. Just there's a lot more impacting student athletes, and so he's all about if you need a day, just let me know and I'll give you a day.
Just lean on the staff when that stuff happens. I think that's our job, is to put you in a position to be healthy and happy and play ball. So just never think that you're annoying us or by asking for help, or it's that's our job, is to help you guys. So
as you get ready for practices, especially towards the end of the year like this, we have a lot more stressors going on. You're getting ready for exams, you have assignments due, there's a lot more pressure, and sometimes that energy level might get low. So just like any kind of test that you're trying to ace, 100% is more you're good to go. You feel great, but you're not always going to feel great. You're not always going to be at 100%. So scan the body, see where some tension might be at, and think about what you can do and put a number on where you're at with energy levels. If you're at 80, 90, 100, you're good. If you're at 70, 60, you might want to consider an option. So after that, put a number on it, figure out what might be best for you, do a breathing exercise, do a progressive relaxation exercise, and just try to calm the body down a little bit, and then reassess where you're at. If you're consistently at 60, 70, 60, 70, that's when you want to reach out for help. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do we think?
Yeah, I like it.
The most challenging aspect of volleyball, I think, for a universal number of girls is the mental side of it. Each and every part of the game is mental, whether you have a hitting error or a passing error or a serving error or a setting error. It's like always very heavily on your mind, and it feels like it's almost the end of the world, but getting to flip that mentality into like, I have the next ball, I gotta move on, I gotta clean my slate, is what makes a good player great. And that, for me, that's made me an even better volleyball player, because I'm able to compartmentalize my life, and I think that that's really, really important.
People know about Miami, especially in the Midwest. Kids want to come here. We have to get out. We have to show our new faces of staff. We have to get in their gyms. Me and Christina are doing a lot of recruiting this week, so we'll be in and out. But you'll have one of the three of us coaches here.
How much of a factor do you think plays into the thought for the athletes and yourself, you know, possibly getting your spot taken away?
I think that is a little bit of a worry for everyone.
Sometimes it is like the hardest thing mentally on the court.
Dan's going to bring in great players, and I think the program brings in great players, and so it's always competitive. We all are competing for the same spot, and I think whoever is better at your spot is going to get it.
So I feel like I do have some upper hand on the newcomers. But he recruits some pretty good players, so.
Like, I don't know if anyone should be scared to get their position taken. But I think you should compete for it.
That's the game of sport, and you've always got to be earning your spot.
Hi, I'm Brianna Peterson, one of the filmmakers behind this documentary, and I also play for the Miami women's volleyball team as well. And I think through the process of making this documentary, it opened my eyes to see that it's really hard for athletes to talk about their struggles mentally, physically, and just have them be vulnerable in front of people, press, cameras, and all of that. And I just think it's really important to highlight that athletes, it's okay that you can be vulnerable on screen, and it's okay to show emotion and really talk about how you truly feel.